Long before Sir Topham Hatt was the controller, an old station was operated by the earliest workers on the railway. The line had eventually no more taxes and expenses for the trains to continue running. The line was eventually closed down, and the station and the house were put out of business. Present day comes, and Oliver and his brake van Toad were working in the yards. One morning, Toad noticed Oliver is unhappy. He decided to find out why. "Excuse me, Mr. Oliver. It seems to me that things are not well with you, if you forgive me for mentioning it." You're quite right, Toad. All I do is shut onto these freight cars onto the turntables. I long for a nice run. It's what an engine really needs. Quite so, Mr. Oliver. May I suggest that you speak to Sir Topham Hatt about your problems? But Oliver said nothing. He just grew unhappier, and he was rough with the freight cars. "You're no good, Oliver. You're dangerous. We want Percy. Percy's far too busy to bother with the likes of you." And Oliver bumped the freight car so hard. "You silly engine," shouted a workman. "It'll take a long time to repair this turntable, which will cause confusion and delay." Oliver stayed to help organize the trucks after Boko brought the breakdown train to help clear the turntable. I am a bit sorry for you, but you seem to be having a problem," Boko said. That night, Sir Topham Hatt arrived. "Oliver, you caused confusion. I thought you could control freight cars. You shall work the mail train for a while. Maybe the night air will clear your smoke box." "Cheer up, old chap," said his driver. "The mail train is a grand run for a fine engine like you." Oliver smiled, but he still felt he had left everyone undone. His driver took them along the coastal run with the mail train. The fresh air couldn't help but brighten Oliver's spirits. They made good speed until it was time to collect some important mail from Herald the helicopter. "Come on, Herald." At last, Herald landed. Sorry, I'm late, Great Western. I had a bit of a problem with one of my arms. Kept letting me down when I was meant to be up. You know how it is. We know that we'll be late for our first run." Hun, replied Oliver's driver. Soon they were on their way. Again. Ahead was a red signal light. Oliver didn't realize that the signalman had dozed off. Oliver whistled several times, but the signal stayed red. "There must be something wrong with that signal, huh?" We'll go slowly and stop by the signal box. But they never reached it. The points before the signal box were switched to an old track. They were going the wrong way. Oliver's fireman was concerned. We need to find a water tower soon. Instead, they saw an old station. Disaster lay ahead. Meanwhile, Sir Topham Hatt was worried.
Oliver has not returned. We'll send out a search party.
Soon he was high in the sky with Herald.
There they are.
It wasn't Oliver's fault, sighed the driver.
I'm aware of that. I'm just glad to see you are all safe.
Then he saw something It was an empty old house beside the station. He went to inspect it. When he returned, he spoke to Oliver.
You have found another attraction for our island, and we'll make this house as good as new, and visitors can have tea and crumpets here.
Sighed Oliver. Getting lost can be interesting, but being found is much nicer, especially when it makes an engine feel really useful. The following evening, Doc arrives with some freight cars with all the working equipment, and James has the workmen aboard his coaches to rebuild the house.
Off to work, everybody. Let's make it spick and span in a Great Western way.
Doc said.
Let us show it is way important than pulling messy coal cars almost every day.
Building something is important, and all right, said Oliver. But Doc, Toad and I like to live our days on the railway in a Great Western way.